Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk a little bit about how I grew out of my shell and bloomed and how you can too. So, I'd like to start off by giving a little bit of info about myself. You know, my channel name, shystarfall, shy, As a young boy, that is a name I picked because of my personality. I was very timid, very introverted, and I was not very outgoing. I liked to stay inside, and it took me a long time to get to where I am today. And I have many regrets now from the way I was. I regret, not trying more drama or theater in school when I had the chance because I was so timid of what other people thought of me, and it was something that I just couldn't get past at that age. The way that I bloomed was through two very distinct ways. And the first one was actually through content creation. And I know you might think it's crazy and you might think it's a bit out there, but I'm being for real. When I was around the age of 15, 16, that's when I started making videos and putting content out there and talking to creators. And that, in my eyes, when I was younger, required me to be more outgoing. It required me to develop speaking skills and confidence and having a tone that makes people want to listen to you. And the way I did this was by searching stuff up on YouTube. And there's kind of no other way that I've found for this. It is by, if you are from somewhere that doesn't speak English fluently like me, it is to better your accent, to practice a lot. It is to speak a lot, to enunciate your words, and to be present, and to have purpose behind the words that you give other people. And if you are someone that also struggles with self-image issues and not having enough confidence visually, this can also be a very effective tool. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, I hate myself, so I'm going to put myself out there and put my face out there of all things. But what you have to understand is, for me, at least, it gave me the motivation to change what I look like and to build myself towards an image of this is what I want to look like, and this is how I feel now. I feel happy being on camera. I don't feel embarrassed. I don't feel awkward. So it can be a motivator in many ways. The other path that I mentioned that is also very good for, having yourself bloom and growing out of your shell is to build a very strong self-image, a positive self-image about yourself. And the way that I did that was by being present, regardless if you are in school, in university, at a job, but being present, talking to people, being direct, caring about others, being kind, and ultimately fulfilling promises that you make to yourself. I feel like that's the biggest one. For example, getting up in the morning early. It is to do so and to be disciplined and to basically build your identity around these positive habits. And this will slowly but surely allow you to translate that to other parts of your life. And many people give this advice, but it is something that also helped me tremendously, which is the fake it till you make it. I know a lot of people are kind of, scared of when people say that. So I'm going to put it in my own words. So hopefully, if the latter doesn't touch you, that's not the right word. So I'm going to put it into my own words in hopes that it can, bring across a message in the same way, but through a different font. The way I viewed my journey and the way I give advice to other people is that as soon as you start viewing yourself as someone that can do something, then you can move on to the next step, which is like pretending that you can do something. And eventually, over time, you simply will be able to do these certain things. Before we end today's video, I wanted to read a quote that really stuck out with me within this topic by David Larby in his podcast. So thank you, David. If I write every day as a writer would, what then is the difference between me and the writer? If I pretend that I'm a poet every single day, what's the difference between me and an actual poet? I can feel like I'm not a poet, I'm not a writer, but my poetry exists. Isn't it so funny that when you go to sleep, you have to pretend to be asleep to fall asleep? When we want anything, that's the process we have to follow. We have to act like we are that thing, to show ourselves that we are that thing. Logistically, it's simple. Emotionally, it's not. Countless examples across countless things. Until we feel like we are, it's hard to say that we are. In doing, regardless, you are the version of yourself that you envision. At a certain point, what exists becomes stronger than what I feel. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. If you guys have any questions or need any advice, please feel free to submit within the Google Forms in the link in the description or at the top of the comments. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.